Welcome to drivenmavens.com. I am still Arvind, and today we're going to be talking about the dynamic sketching 3/4 front view sketch. So let's get started. Alright, I've done quite a few of these sketches here, so nothing too different. We are going to try to do a little bit of a different look, a front 3/4, of course, parallel view. Once again, this is just all about practicing, getting you used to the idea of just drawing through in your line weight and just making sure that you're keeping up with adding the right amount of details and doing some shading, cross hatching, that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is just a sports coupe. It's got a little bit of a kind of like a Shelby shape to it. Of course, not nearly as sexy as a Shelby. So just going to start to lay in the A pillar here. Notice that I've already put in my centerline section. All this is going to be done in real time, by the way. This one only took me about 8 minutes to sketch, or actually maybe a little bit less, a little over 7 minutes to complete this sketch. And that's what you want to try to do, is to make sure that you are not laboring over something. And crank out as much as you can. I've already stressed, always stressed about being loose with your line weight. Don't go in and try to put too much detail in one particular area. Just keep moving on. This is something that you would learn in design school as they start to train you to draw, essentially. Private design schools are doing exactly just that. If you go to a public university, then you're subject to taking a lot of the electives, the courses, the mathematics, the sciences, and that sort of thing. But when you go to a private school, then you are essentially trained to do whatever it is that the curriculum wants you to do, which is drawing. So they'll take your raw talent, provided that you've got a great portfolio, and they'll start to refine and put you through a very vigorous program in sketching and drawing. Make sure that you, without a doubt, nail down three-dimensional form. And that's really all that separates the two, I think. I didn't go to a private school, but a lot of my friends have gone there, and they write to me about their experiences. I talk to professors and at CCS, and I've got a pretty decent idea what goes on there. And plus, I've attended some classes. So okay, we're just kind of chugging along here. Nothing really designed in as far as aesthetics, just roughing in some shapes. We got the round headlamps as a change from what I had typically done before. Alright, and I'm just going to add a little bit more detail for the headlamps. Just going to do that over again. Headlamps are actually pretty fun. I mean, anything that you can do to kind of indicate the details, the darks and the lights, to indicate the reflectors and that sort of thing. Pretty cool. Pretty cool when you start to nail some of those things down, because you don't really have to labor and put a lot of time into it. It's just very quick, and even better when you start to do things with markers. Just going to add the grill here in the front. I'm going to shade that all the way in. Throw in some details here for the wheel. Always very easy, this method. Basically got that whole wheel that's a like a spoke. You got several, large spokes. And it's always an easy way to create some wheels without having to spend a lot of time. Okay, now we got a little bit of a protrusion there on the side. I'll round off the wheels a little bit. I think as I look at this, the wheels could have opened them up a little bit slightly. I think the ellipses that I've got here are a little bit too narrow for this one, for this particular view. That's something I can go ahead and correct at some other time, but we're gonna just keep going because it doesn't matter. As you start to crank through these things, you would have probably, hopefully, surpassed the amount of sketching that I do. Sketch every day. It's like therapy, man. Makes you feel good. It's like therapy. It's therapy for me, at least. I'd probably go crazy if I wasn't able to sketch a little bit every day. Okay, I probably wouldn't go crazy, but I'll get over it. Right? Realistically, it's nice if you can sketch. With my schedule, working full time and keeping up with the blog and having kids and things like that, you have to kind of prioritize, and so if I don't get a sketch in, it's no big deal. I got a very good excuse. Let's hope that you don't have that same excuse. So I hope you like this, and this is the finished. I wouldn't bother doing the rest of the shading, but this is just the finished shaded portion of it. So I hope you enjoyed this particular video, and we'll see you here next week on drivenmavens.com. Have a good one.